Good night, y'all. I just want to come on here real quick and talk about a few things. I'm going to update the book tomorrow. I'm going to read some of it tomorrow, and then I'll talk about that for medical apartheid. But I wanted to come on here and talk about the whole riots and George Floyd situation. And first of all, rest in peace to George Floyd. To George Floyd from Minneapolis. Rest in peace to him. And he died a horrible death. But you see, this is exactly why I tell you I don't mess with certain groups of people. I really don't. Because of this. Am I saying that they're all bad? No. But guess what? I don't have time to figure out who's bad and who's not. Sorry. But I wanted to talk about it and talk about the bullshit that's going on right now. The bullshit. Because they charge this man with a third-degree murder. Which basically means, if you get third-degree murder, means that you killed someone without the intention to kill someone. He also got a manslaughter charge, but that's bullshit. It should be first-degree murder because, as the video shows, his knee was on his neck for 8 minutes. Even when after the paramedics came and said that he was still on top of that man. Those 4 officers are murderers. And this is why I don't go along with that people of color bullshit. Because one of the officers was Asian. That was there. That's why I don't mess with none of that people of color crap. They can shove up their ass. I don't mess with none of it. Because as you've just seen, there was a person of color doing that stuff, and what did he do? He let it happen. A black person, a person of color, right, was on the ground being brutalized by a white police officer, and what did the other Asian person of color do? He just stood by and let it happen. And it just so happens to be that the officer who killed Mr. Floyd and the Asian officer were there, are in-laws. They're brother-in-laws. What's the guy name? The killer. I think it's Derek or something like that. Derek Sullivan. Mr. Sullivan married the Asian officer's sister. So they literally are the same family. So, this is why I don't mess with none of that people of color bullshit or minorities. Because I don't understand this. Especially to the black folks when I say this. White women are minorities too. And you cannot tell me that white women and black women get treated the same. They don't. They don't. That's why that minorities crap, forget about it. Forget about it. And to be honest with you, most of the people doing these lootings and whatnot are white folks. White folks. It's not black people doing most of it. I saw a video of nothing but white folks tearing up a store, and the black folks over there telling them to stop. But white folks are going ham and tearing it up. And to be honest with you, I really don't give 2 shits about these major corporations. I really don't, because they got billions of dollars in insurance. The only thing I'm going to say is, if it's a black-owned business, don't destroy it. Leave it alone. You tell them, don't come over here, leave it alone. Let them go somewhere else to some other community business and destroy it. Let them do that. But and one thing is too, I'm really not into all this protesting, because we always protest, but nothing changes. Nothing. This is like, you have a parent tells their kid no, So the kid goes in the room, throws a temper tantrum, and destroys their own stuff. And the parents are like, well, you in your room. That's your stuff. You live it there. And eventually you get over it. This is how I feel about the situation, because it's time and time again over. It's always a new person, a new name that gets brutalized by someone white, or let's say, basically usually someone white. Mr. Arbery, George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Sandra Bland, Trayvon Martin, Michael Brown, Eric Gardner. What's his name? Tamir Rice. Many different names. Protest. I would say this. The biggest protest you want to do is simple, very simple. Just take your dollars and we'll put it with black businesses. Am I saying you gotta like all of them? No. Some black businesses don't give good service. Don't patronize those. But the ones that do, you patronize them. Because the only thing these folks understand is $1. That's it. $1 is their God. Like, yeah, you gotta fight back. And I do want justice for that man. I want justice for all of them. And make that shit count. Because I'm tired of seeing death. This is why I turn the media off, because I'm tired of seeing black death. Because what happens is they're desensitizing you to it. It's also a fear tactic. Because think about this. Back in the chattel slavery days, what they would do is they would rape and kill and harm the black man in front of all the other black people to make them be afraid. It's the same thing now. Showing black suffering, death, always us in a bad light. But this is why I'm glad the mainstream media really doesn't have the pull that it has, but it once had. Because now you got your own camera. Folks at the scene can say, no, this is what happened, that's what happened. And in Minneapolis, it was the police that started all the vandalism and all that stuff. So I just came here to say rest in peace to Mr. Floyd and those cops and everyone else involved needs to get the death penalty. They need to get the death penalty. That's what they need. And none of this forgiveness bullshit. None of that. Although, like I've been saying, let it burn. If people want to riot and destroy anything, all I'm going to say is don't destroy where you live. Go destroy somewhere else. That's the one thing I'm going to say, especially I'm talking to us black folks. If you're going to go protest and riot and destroy, don't destroy where you live. Or don't destroy where any other black person lives. You go somewhere else, to some other group, part of town, you go burn that down. Because at the end of the day, if you destroy where you at, where you going to sleep? When you need to sleep, where you going to put your head at? Where you going to live? Don't burn your shit down. Go take it on those who hurt you. In this case, it'll be the white community who hurt you. Now, while yes, there's probably some white folks out there that are protesting for good reasons, but there's also some that are looting and just saying Black Lives Matter and just saying it's for that and all that other bullshit. I just seen a white woman in her little wheelchair with a knife. She was stabbing a black woman, and when that woman checked her and effed her up, she went outside, oh, they insulted me, crying, using white tears. There's a whole lot of messed up shit going on right now. And you would think that during all this pandemic, cops would not want to get close to nobody right now. You would think that this Mr. Derek dude would say, you know what? We in the pandemic. I don't know. I'm trying to live. I don't know if this dude got coronavirus or whatever. Let me keep my distance from him. And all that stuff. But no. Hatred. And I don't get that either. How is it you have a hatred for a group of people who have done you nothing? Like, I don't get that. Because I'll see videos of white kids talking about, oh, we hate N-words and this, that, and the third. But they're playing hip-hop music. They're playing Drake. They're playing whatever rapper. And I'm looking at them like, so you hate us, which is I think it's a hate and love relationship. Like, they hate us because they ain't us. They hate us because they ain't us. That's exactly what I think. Because I don't get it. Like, if I don't like somebody, I don't want to hear nothing about them. I don't want to see them. I don't want to hear their music. I don't hear none of that crap. But you have some racist white folks out here that spread all this stuff and still listen to hip hop. I don't get it. It's backwards. That's low IQ, even though they couldn't have a high IQ. That's low. That's dumb. And then too, what I also understand is you have these people who do all this racist stuff, and they do, and the wheel keep turning. Now they're calling them Karens, but the wheel keep turning. You'll see some white person do this. They go viral. They get blasted on social media. Next thing you know, they lost their job. They lost their business. They lost all that stuff. And the cycle just keeps going around and around and around and around. You would think at some point they would say, you know what? I don't like that person. I don't like that. I'm saying, for lack of a better word, that N-word. But I'm not going to lose my food. I'm not going to lose nothing else. Because at the end of the day, it's going to hurt me. That's how I think. If I know that if I do something because I don't like someone, but that action's going to come harm me, I won't do it. Because I'll be looking dumb to hurt myself. But anywho, this was a real quick video. I wanted to say rest in peace to George Floyd. My heart's set out to the family members and all those affected by it. This is why I say we need to unify and come together as brother and sister. And I'm talking to black folks, not no allies or non-black folks. So I love y'all. I'll be back on here tomorrow. I want to say this again. Rest in peace to Mr. Floyd. Prayers out to his family. No, I say prayers. I'm just sending the energy out to his family. That they get justice. In whatever form it may come. But the only form I think it needs to come is all 4 of those officers need to be executed. Arrested and executed. And we don't need to let up. But anywho, you have a good one. And stay safe. Stay out of all these riots. And stay rolling free.